Part 5th of Unit 1st of Investment Analysis and Portfolio Management. This video is all about the stock exchange. As I already discussed about the security market, the financial market, capital and money market. So the question arises, where all these securities, where all the shares, debentures traded? So the answer is the stock exchange. So stock exchange is a place where securities like shares, debentures, bonds, etc. are bought and sold on a continuous and regular basis. It is organized as an association, a society, or a company with a limited number of members. The person who acts as a broker for purchase and sale of security is known as the stockbroker, and only that particular broker can become the member of a stock exchange. Under the Security Contracts Regulation Act 1956, a stock exchange is defined as the association, organization, or body of individuals, whether incorporated or not, established for the purpose of assisting, regulating, and controlling business of buying, selling, and dealing in securities. Now, here are the some characteristics of the stock exchange. The main characteristics is that it allows trading of only listed securities. Only those companies can shares can be purchased and sales who got listed themselves in the stock exchange, either on the BSE or the NSE. It is an organized market where securities are bought and sold. The various transactions of the stock exchange are regulated by the rules and laws of the respective stock exchange. It provides complete information about the prices, volume of trade, etc. on a daily basis. It acts as an indicator of the economic activity of a country. Now here are some functions of the stock exchange. The basic functions would be the providing the liquidity and marketability for securities, providing the information about the prices and purchases and sales. Suppose if any investor want to buy any security or sell any security, then he or she must know about the prices going through or the prices prevailing in the market. So that information would be get by the stock exchange. So this is the main function of the stock exchange, to provide the true and accurate information about the prices of the securities, and also to provide the safety of the funds invested in the stock exchange. Investors, suppose like one investor invest only 100 rupees in a share market, then it is the duty of the stock exchange to maintain the safety of that particular fund, enabling movements of fund from unprofitable ventures to the profitable ventures. Suppose I invest in any particular share and that particular share is declared as an unprofitable one, then it is the task of the stock exchange to uh, give the information about this unprofitable venture to the investor, so that he can shift its share to the another company or the another company shares. Also to motivate the companies to improve their performance, so that more and more share can be listed and more and more investor can invest in those particular companies shares. It acts as a barometer that reflects the economic and business conditions of the country. Also to allocate the available funds in a better and useful way, providing platform for marketing of new issues through listing in the stock exchange. Here are some advantages from the point of view of company, investor and society. So first we will move towards the advantages of a stock exchange from the point of view of company. Better goodwill and credit rating, as you can see, global market for their securities, better bargaining power in the areas of collective ventures mergers, convenience to decide upon the size, price and the timing of issue. So that all aspects can be decided by the company when that particular company is going to be listed itself in BSE or NSE. From the point of view of investor, that he or she will be get ready-made market for their securities. They are free from anxiety about the delivery and payment problems, because that would be done by the stockbroker or the stock exchange agencies, we can say. The rational decisions as accurate and timely information is available to them. Convenience of raising loans from banks on the basis of the listed securities. Whatever securities they have purchased, they can gain the loans from bank on the behalf of those particular securities which they have purchased. From the point of view of society, everyone wants to invest, but he or she don't know where to invest, how to invest. So stock exchange is a great platform for any particular citizen to invest in a market. So uh, increase that particular stock exchange or the share market will help the society to increase their savings and investment, also to increase in the capital formation, promotion and expansion of industrial activities, indicate the changing economic health of the country, help government to raise required funds for development activities. Next is the trading of securities. Trading of securities means that we are going to trade for the reason of profit in the current period. We can invest or we can trade either in debt or equity. So here are some aspects in which we can purchase or sell. First is the bonds. As already discussed, bonds are the government securities. It can be of many types: regular income, infrastructure, tax savings, or deep discount bonds. They in case of bonds, we get only the interest rate as named as the coupon rates. In case of the debentures, it may be of many types, like convertible debentures, non convertible, and partly convertible debentures. The debentures, we can say, it is a long term loan on which we are going to get the fixed income. Either the company is in profit or in a loss state, but debenture holder would definitely going to get the benefit from the investment. As far as the equity shares are concerned, equity share in a company is a share in its ownership. Equity share collectively constitute the ownership of the company and enjoy the fruits of the ownership, like dividends. When any investor going to invest in the equity of any particular company, then he or she will going to get as a dividend every year or every month whenever the company declares its profit. So he or the equity shareholder will get the benefit of dividends only. Next, there are certain types of orders in which we can invest. When we are going to invest, we can use these kind of orders. First is the market order. Now, what is market order? First, we can see it is an order to buy or sell a security immediately. When we open a NSE site or a BSE site or any other stock exchange site, then if I see that suppose Asian Paints stock is going to be 2127 uh, at NSE. So if I want to purchase that particular share, then I would going to purchase it immediately. So that would be the market order. Whatever price is prevailing in the market, I am going to purchase on that particular market price only. So this is the market order. We can see in the market order statement, this type of order guarantees that the order will be executed but does not guarantee the execution price. A market order generally will execute at near or the current bid or ask price. However, it is important for investor to remember that the last traded price is not necessarily the price at which a market order will be executed. Now we will talk about the limit order. We can set a limit. Suppose I want to buy any particular share at 110, but its current prevailing price is 120. So I will purchase that share with the help of the limit order, and I will mark that limit as 110. So whenever the price goes down and move towards the 11 and 10, my order will automatically get executed. It is an order to buy or sell a security at a specific price or better. A buy limit order can only be executed at the limit price or lower, and a sell limit order can only be executed at the limit price or higher. Now, stop order. As the name is specifies, the stop order is, suppose I buy any particular share and I want to sell that particular share. So if the price goes down, then I will impose a stop order that if the price goes below that particular limit, that my share will automatically get sold out. It is also refers to as a stop loss order. It is an order to buy or sell a stock once the price of the stock reaches the specified price. Whatever price I made mark as the stock price, after that the stock my order will be get executed. When the stop price is reached, the stop order becomes a market order. Last, a buy stop order is entered at a stop price above the current market price. Investors generally use a buy stop order to limit a loss or to protect a profit on a stock that they have sold short. Now, some light on the stock. SEBI, that is the Security and Exchange Board of India. It is often referred as the SEBI is the key regulator of securities market in India. It is incorporated through Section 3 of SEBI Act 1992. SEBI is managed by its board members, and the management of the board is defined in Section 4 of the Act, which are as follows. SEBI has a chairman who shall be appointed by the central government. SEBI has the 2 members from Ministry of Central Government dealing with finance and administration of the Companies Act 1956. 1 member should be from the Reserve Bank of India, and 5 other members should be appointed by the central government. Out of them, at least 3 shall be the whole time members. Objectives why SEBI has been established. SEBI is to look after the fair prices in stock market, providing the efficient, competitive and professional services by merchant bankers, brokers and advisors, underwriters, portfolio managers and other intermediaries. SEBI helped to formulate rules and regulation for the security market in India. Also, SEBI helps for the settlement of investors' grievances, if any. Now, here are some functions of SEBI. There are some regulatory function and the development functions. When we talk about the regulatory function, it includes the inspecting books and accounts of financial intermediaries, also to monitor the share trading and security market, include the registration and regulation of brokers, underwriters, bankers, portfolio managers and others. Also include the registration and regulation of mutual funds, venture capital funds and collective investment schemes. Prohibiting unfair, fraudulent, illegal practices in security market. Prohibiting insider trading through stock watch system by imposing penalties. Regulating substantial acquisition of shares and takeovers. Here are listed some development functions. For the development of SEBI, there are some functions of the security markets. First is the promotion of fair prices in security market, so that the more and more investors going to invest in the security market. Promoting investors education and professional training of intermediaries. Promotion of self-regulatory organization. Publishing informative research useful to all participants. Now the last topic of unit first of investment analysis and portfolio management is the types of investors. Here are the different types of investors we have. First is the individual investors. They are large in number, but their investable resources are comparatively smaller. As compared to the institution, their chances or the amount of investment is very low. Next is the institutional investors. Institutional investors are the organization with surplus fund who engage in investment activities. Mutual fund, investment companies, banking and non-banking companies are the organization with large amount of surplus funds to invest in various profitable avenues. The professional investors and unskilled individual investors combine to make the investment arena dynamic. Next category of investor is aggressive, risk taker or risk lover. As the name is specified, these investors are those who love to take risk. So that particular investor is going to invest in the risky assets so that he can enjoy the higher return. Now the conservative kind of investor, they adopt the investing strategy to preserve an investment portfolio value by investing in lower risk securities such as fixed income and money market securities. Moderate kinds of investors, they are lying between the conservatives and the risk averse. Moderate portfolio of mutual fund is appropriate for an investor with a medium risk tolerance and a time horizon longer than 5 years. Moderate investors are willing to accept periods of moderate market volatility in exchange of the possibility of receiving returns that outpace inflation by a significant margin. Next category is active investors. Active investors refers to an investment strategy that involves ongoing buying and selling activity of the investor. That means if an investor purchases the share from the direct stock exchange and he or she don't wait for the prices to get down or get up, that particular trading comes under the active investors. Now the passive investors. Passive investors' goal is to build wealth. So they are also known as the buy and hold strategy. They buy the security and hold till the prices goes up as per their expectation. For it might be related to 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, or can be more. Retirement investors. Retirement planning is the purpose of determining retirement income goals and the actions and decisions necessary to achieve those goals. Retirement planning includes identifying sources of income, estimating expenses, and implementing a savings program so that they can manage their assets. Last point, that is the speculators. The speculators are those who are a shorter time frame in an attempt to outperform traditional long term investors. They generally want to invest in those particular securities who are going to return get them the return in a very short period of time, but they want to get the higher returns very quickly. They don't want to wait for long to get the return. So they are the speculators of the share market. Thank you.